Morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the 5 best Burning Crusade gold farms that you can do right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we are going to be going over the 5 best Burning Crusade gold farms. Now typically this is going to be going along the theme of going through every single different type of expansion and what are typically the best farms that you can do for that particular expansion overall. So that being the case, let's just jump into number 1, which is Mana Tombs. Now Mana Tombs is a great transmog farming location. As with the last video, I actually discussed the Zul'Farrak one for vanilla items. This is the one for Burning Crusade. If you're wanting to pad out your auction house with different types of transmog items for Burning Crusade, I'd highly recommend farming up Mana Tombs. This is because it has a wide variety of different types of items you can get from there, and typically these ones sell for the most, aside from a couple of other farms that you can do, as well as that, like Sunwell and all that stuff. But most of you guys know about those different types of farms like Sunwell. So technically I've left Sunwell off this list, but Mana Tombs should probably be your bread and butter when actually padding out your auction house. This is because it's not locked behind a raid or anything along to that effect. You run it on normal difficulty, you run it round in a circle as shown on the screen right now, and pretty much just kill everything. You do get, however, quite a lot of different types of materials when actually doing this as well. I would highly recommend running it with a miner, as there are loads of different types of deposits while going through all of those different types of instance lockouts and all that stuff. So when you reset the instance, more nodes will be in there, and there's a high probability of corium ore to be in there, so I just mine that as well. Also, the second boss, when you're actually farming up Mana Tombs, can actually be mined for other different types of additional materials when it comes to mining, and also along with that you do pick up a load of motes as well, so that is something you can always do as well as that. So not only do you get a load of high value different types of BC transmog items, you also get a load of different types of gems, which means overall you're going to be coming out with a lot of gold per hour for your time invested, with some fast selling materials along with a load of different types of transmog items to sell on the auction house. Now coming in at number 2, and something I actually haven't done a farm on or a guide yet about, and that is Primal cloud farming. Now this is using the mote extractor, which you can actually buy off of the auction house, or if you've done the quest in Burning Crusade, you can actually get the mote extractor. You typically do this one in Zangarmarsh to get a hold of the recipe, but if you don't have the recipe or anything to that effect, you can just buy it off of the auction house. The mote extractor does vary in price, so in all honesty, I'd just do the quest to get hold of it and then craft it yourself, because it's a hell of a lot cheaper, and then you can sell mote extractors on the auction house as well for other people that want to do it but don't want to do the actual quest to get hold of the extractor. Now, aside from that, what you'll be doing is flying around Nagrand in kind of like a little weird pattern, and you'll be farming up the clouds which are based there. Instead of a typical Primal or mote farm, you'll be flying around zapping the clouds in order to get hold of your motes. Now, usually with mote farming, you can just go kill a load of mobs and get a load of stuff from that and get your motes from those different types of elementals that you're actually farming up. So typically mote of fire, mote of shadow, all that stuff. But realistically, the cloud farming is one of the most underrated primal farms that you can actually do. It typically has some of the best gold per hour for you, and overall I find this one to be an insane gold farm if you're just wanting to sell high fast selling materials from BC and make a lot of gold in the process. This is because you actually do typically get a lot more primals than you would if you did a standard mob farm like the Throne of Kil'jaeden, where you kill fire elementals. You're actually going to get a lot more stuff from there that will have a higher value that sells typically the same amount of speed. Now, aside from all of that, the moat farm is pretty much very good. You just need an engineer at level 1 Outland engineering in order to actually use the mote extractor, so that's something you may want to bear in mind. But overall, it's actually one of the most laid back and easy farms in order to do. You just follow the route, find the clouds, zap it, get on with your day. No killing involved, it's just literally a button press, then you just remount. Aside from all of that, let's move into number 3. Now coming in at number 3 is another transmog farm from Burning Crusade, and that is the Blade's Edge Apexas farm. Yes, not Apexas crystals from WoD, but Apexas crystals from Outland. Now this is done within the Blade's Edge Mountains on the map right now, and what you'll be doing is you'll be killing all of the mobs in that area. You'll be farming up loads of different types of transmog items from those mobs anyway. I highly recommend that you actually bring a skinner instead to increase your gold per hour by skinning the boars, because you'll be killing a lot of those, and you'll be able to get a lot of different types of leathers that actually sell relatively fast and relatively low, because there is a special leather that goes there. And that overall, that should be enough. But there is one thing you can actually do, and that is by going over to the dragon nests, which are on the screen right now, and pretty much if you have enough Apexas crystals, you can summon one of the elite dragons down. Once you have killed them, you will pick up a soulbound blue item. Now soulbound, you can't sell that, you can't make gold on that. No, because you're going to need more Apexas crystals to turn that into a BOE blue. Now once you've turned that into a BOE blue, these ones actually sell for a lot of gold. Typically the mace and the cloak are the best selling of them all, and that is the ones you're going to be wanting to go for just in general, is going for those ones. So infused with material farming and also a standard transmog farm, getting hold of those other BOE blues will definitely increase your gold per hour, and you'll be able to get a lot of gold for your time invested. Other than that, let's move into number 4, which is in Shadowmoon Valley. Now this one is the Nether Dragon Scales farm, and overall this one is a skinning farm to be more precise. What you'll be wanting to do is kill the dragons in the location where you are and just knock them out of the sky. Once you've actually killed them, you can actually skin those for Nether Dragon Scales, and it's roughly either you're going to get a not hide leather or a Nether Dragon Scale. It's like usually a 50-50 in my books or my experience overall. So from that, but the Nether Dragon Scales usually go for a pretty penny, as they are very old world and BC specific materials, which actually sell relatively slow, but they sell for a lot of gold. So not only will you get fast selling not hide leather, you'll also get high priced but low selling Nether Dragon Scales from that. Now these can be used to make a wide variety of different types of transmog items, and overall is a great farm to actually make a decent chunk of gold just for your time invested. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say for this farm. It's basically just go kill the dragons and skin them for some high potential gold returns. You can also check this one on WorthIt underneath skinning, as Nether Dragon Scales are underneath that in WorthIt, and it will give you an approximation on how much you're actually going to be making per hour from doing that farm. Coming in last on our list at number 5 is the Crusade / Fel Iron Ore farm. Now this one can either be done in Nagrand or the Terracar Forest. The best one for me, and the one that I'm showing on the screen right now, is Terracar Forest. Usually because Nagrand is heavily contested when it comes to mining, and I find that Terracar Forest hardly anyone farms that area. This is usually because people get a lot more Fel Iron Ore from like Nagrand, but what I'm going for is Crusade, Fel Iron Ore, and then a little bit of adamantite. Terracar Forest is brilliant for that because it's abundant with those materials and resources. So when everyone's actually fighting over Nagrand, I just go to Terracar Forest because no one's there, there's loads of nodes, I'm very happy. And what I usually do is follow the route on the screen right now to get hold of some of that sweet Crusade ore, which sells for a stupid amount of gold, as well as Fel Iron Ore, which sells for a moderately good amount of gold, and then adamantite no one cares about because it's only used to make low-end transmog items. These materials can actually sell for a pretty penny on the auction house, and they sell relatively fast in the grand scheme of things. So if you're really wanting to actually farm those up, I'd highly recommend actually going ahead and doing that. Now that being the case, that is my pick for the 5 best Burning Crusade gold farms that you can do right now. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, guys, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.